Right, here's a lovely 78 RPM Shellac record set from the 1930s. It's got a Kid Chord record album containing 33 nursery rhymes. Has all these lovely colourful records inside. There are 6 records inside, 8-inch records. Quite an unusual size. Most children's records are usually about 7-inch. So I've got one in the player, and you've got a whole, it's about every rhyme known to us children, including 1 or 2 ones that wouldn't be sung these days. So if you're shocked, you better not have a listen to this record, because it's got 10 little nigger boys on it, which would get you shot these days, wouldn't it? But those were the times, and people didn't think much of those, saying such a thing in those days. So it's a thing of its time. So let's have a listen. This is record 1.
Sing a song of sixpence, a bucket full of rye, 4 and 20 blackbirds making a pie. When the pie was opened, the birds began to sing. Wasn't that a dainty dish to set before the king? The king was in his counting house, counting out his money. The queen was in the parlour, eating bread and honey. The maid was in the garden, hanging out the fruit. When out came the blackbird and pecked off his nose. 10 little nigger boys went out to dine. 1 choked his little self, then there were 9. 9 little nigger boys sat up very late. 1 overslept himself, and then there were 8. 8 little nigger boys travelling in Devon. 1 said he'd stay behind, then there were 7. 7 little nigger boys chopping up sticks. 1 chopped himself in half, and then there were 6. 6 little nigger boys playing with a hive. A bumblebee he stung 1, and then there were 5. 5 little nigger boys went in for law. 1 got in chancery, and then there were 4. 4 little nigger boys started out to sea. A lobster he swallowed 1, and then there were 3. 3 little nigger boys are roving through the zoo. The big bear got hold of 1, and then there were 2. 2 little nigger boys sitting in the sun. 1 he got bristled up, and then there was 1. 1 little nigger boy living all alone. He soon got married, and then there were none. 1 little, 2 little, 3 little, 4 little, 5 little nigger boys. 6 little, 7 little, 8 little, 9 little, 10 little nigger boys.
No, it didn't switch off. Pretty shocking, hey, to our modern ears, but it wasn't intended to be shocking. It was just a rhyme for little children. So apologies if anybody's ears have been seared by that particular record.
Girls and boys come out to play, the moon doth shine as bright as day. Leave your supper and leave your sleep, and join your playfellows in the street. Come with a whoop, come with a call, come with a goodwill or not at all. Up the ladder and down the wall, a halfpenny roll will serve us all. Little Bo Peep, she's lost her sheep and didn't know where to find them. Leave them alone and they'll come home and bring their tails behind them. Little Bo Peep held fast asleep and dreamt she had them bleeding. But when she awoke, 'twas all a joke, for still they were a-fleeting. Then up she took her little crook, determined where to find them. She found them indeed, but it made her heart bleed, for they'd left their tails behind them. It happened one day as Bo Peep did stray on the meadow hard by. The fair she espied, their tails side by side, all hung on a tree to dry. 3 blind mice, 3 blind mice, See how they run, see how they run. They all ran after the farmer's wife, who cut off their tails with a carving knife. Did ever you see such a thing in your life as three blind mice?
Three blind mice, three blind mice, three blind mice, three blind mice. They all ran after the farmer's wife, who cut off their tails with a carving knife.
They all ran after the farmer's wife, who cut off their tails with a carving knife. Did ever you see such a thing in your life as three blind mice? Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't mend Humpty Dumpty again. Humpty Dumpty fell on his head. They picked him up and they put him to bed. But all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Humpty Dumpty said it is plain, Humpty Dumpty won't climb again. If the king sent his men, maids and horses all three, they couldn't mend Humpty, oh pity poor me. There was a little man and he had a little gun, and his bullets were made of lead, lead, lead. He went to the brook and he shot a little duck, and he shot it through the head, head, head. He carried it home to his old wife Joan, and he bid her a fireball to make, to roast the little duck that he'd shot in the brook, and he'd go and fetch the drake, drake, drake.
Little boy blue, come blow up your horn. The sheep in the meadow, the cow in the corn. Where's the boy that comes after the sheep? He's under the haycock on the street.
Where are you going to, my pretty maid? Where are you going to, my pretty maid?
I'm going up milking, sir, she said, sir, she said, sir, she said. I'm going up milking, sir, she said.
Shall I go with you, my pretty maid? Shall I go with you, my pretty maid?
Yes, if you please, kind sir, she said, sir, she said, sir, she said. Yes, if you please, kind sir, she said.
What is your fortune, my pretty maid? What is your fortune, my pretty maid?
My face and my fortune, sir, she said, sir, she said, sir, she said. My face and my fortune, sir, she said.
Then I can't marry you, my pretty maid. Then I can't marry you, my pretty maid.
Nobody asked me, sir, she said, sir, she said, sir, she said. Nobody asked me, sir, she said.
Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Little Jack Horner sat in the corner eating his Christmas pie. He put in his thumb and pulled out a plum and said, what a good boy am I. Little Jack Horner alone in the corner ate up that Christmas pie. At first he felt bad, And then he felt sad, and then he began to cry. Oh. Ding dong bell, pussy's in the well. Who put her in? Little Tommy Thin. Who put her out? Little Tommy Stout. What a naughty boy was that to drown poor little pussycat, who ne'er did any harm, but killed all the mice in father's barn, in father's barn. Ride a cock horse to Banbury Cross to see a fine lady get on the white horse, with rings on her fingers and bells on her toes. She shall have music wherever she goes. Hush, my baby, on the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall. Down will come cradle and the baby and all. Hush, my baby, on the treetop. When the sun shines, the wind will stop. When the wind stops, the baby will cry. Hush, my baby, hush,
Right, I'll finish this particular video because I'm on a time limit on YouTube at the moment, and I'll make a part 2 and show the rest of the other 3 records. Thanks for watching for now.